has been bigger than literally anyone else on those lists, except Asmongold. And the only video Asmongold had on this bigger than Thor's was about Thor's video. So for all practical purposes, Thor here has been the #1 voice on the campaign, and he's been lying about what it is. That's a bit loaded though. In this case, I'm using the second definition of lie. I have no evidence it's the first. This video came out right as we were building momentum, then except for one boost in Germany, the signatures started drying up like clockwork. This put me in kind of a no-win scenario too. Because if I ignored it, then a lot of people are going to get misinformed about the campaign. But if I did a response video, which is not something I wanted to do anyway, then it might look like drama farming, which could understandably turn off a lot of people from the campaign, because it's not about that at all. So I quickly made this video trying to clear up all misconceptions and concerns about the initiative, with timestamps for everyone's questions, hoping the truth would eventually come out. I can see now that was a mistake. I should have just embraced the drama. To this day, I'm still getting frequent comments and emails about the same falsehoods about the campaign that originated in this video. Well, now I have nothing to lose. If we don't get the signatures, then none of this matters anyway. So if this campaign is failing because of me not talking about this, then I'll at least correct history here on the way down. I'll get this over with and go over what I think are the biggest points of Pirate Software's videos. I'm not going to go over everything because collectively Thor has made hours of video on both me and the movement. I'd be here forever. Believe me, I could address smaller things too, and kind of already have. Alright, let's start. Okay, point number 1. Thor does not understand what Stop Killing Games is. Here it is in his words.
So for those who don't understand, the Stop Killing Games initiatives is basically, we don't want single-player games to have DRM that the developers can turn off and thus render the single-player games inactive anymore. This is what they want to change. They need to be specific that they're talking about single-player games that do not need a server to support them.
No.
And as much as they want it to be about specifically games where it is a single-player game that has always online functionality, it would impact every live service game that exists, instead of just targeting single-player, always online games.
No, that's not what it is. Stop Killing Games includes single-player games, but nothing about it is specific to them. He completely made that up, and I have no idea where he got that impression. This is what I mean.
Thank you so much.
It's harder for gamers to understand this because they come with so many assumptions. It's like that saying about doctors being the worst patients. So let's clear this up. It's the first line on the website. Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. But the movement includes all this stuff from earlier, and he was mostly talking about the initiative. Well, the short version is the initiative is about requiring publishers to have end-of-life plans for games they've sold to customers in the future. So when they shut them down, customers can continue running them without their support. The long version depends on what kind of transaction is being made. As you can see, it's not easy to explain in a soundbite. But if you notice, we don't make a distinction between single-player and multiplayer games. That's because the law doesn't either.
Did you hear that?
So why make this even harder? Both the movement and the law are making distinctions on how games are sold. Also, that part he said about it affecting all live service games, yes and no. It would affect most live service games in the future, but the initiative is not retroactive. So that's one thing.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Flyff. Yeah, it's Flyff. It's Fly for fun, and I'm playing in the Flyff universe. Version of the game. So what makes Flyff Universe special is that you can play it on your browser. Yup. You don't need to install anything, you don't need to download anything, you don't need to what else? Download, install. I guess that's it. All you need to have is a browser, and everyone has that. Just go to universe.flyff.com and log into your Flyff account if you already have one, and play the game. Also in the inset we have Stop Killing Games. It's the tracker, and let me take a look at it. Looking at the tracker, look at that. The goal is 1 million. Current number of signatures is at 921,000. Okay. There is a big chance that 1 million, the goal will be reached today. Again, it's best to get to the goal early, because there could be invalid signatures. Those will be removed, and that will be it will reduce the number of signatures. So if that happens, there will be more than enough time to gain more signatures. Also, if you are not in the EU, this is for the EU. If you're not a citizen of the EU, please do not sign the initiative. And if you are in the EU and you like owning things, you like owning your games, support the initiative, because this is, or that is what the initiative is fighting for. And for those outside of the EU or not citizens of the EU, what you can do to help is by spreading the word. And if you know anyone in the EU who are a citizen, okay, not just in the EU, okay, you could be a Korean in the EU, but if you're not a citizen, then you don't count. So if you know anyone who is a citizen of the EU, maybe family, friends, acquaintances, you can ask them to sign the initiative for you. They don't need to be a gamer. Well, I guess everyone is technically a gamer, because everyone has a phone, and maybe at one point in time they played Minesweeper. I'm not sure if that is in. I'm pretty sure it's on Microsoft Windows. Not sure if it's in mobile phones, but still. Anyway, it doesn't matter if they are a gamer or not. You can ask them to sign the initiative in your behalf. Okay, getting close to 1 million. Let's go. Get that million. Okay, let's go back to Flyff Universe. My character is at level 28. A magic stone that increases your attack power by 10. Last one, it's not permanent. Increase attack 10%. Also, where am I? I'm in Saint Morning. So I picked up a green item. I'm just going to sell it. Okay, I'm having second thoughts because it says here selling price is 173. Portrait of Radian. You want me to go back to Flarin? Nope, that's not gonna happen. Or Flaris? Okay, I'm getting out of it. Wrong way. I should be going south, not north. Oh wait, I forgot my buffs. Okay, that was my bad. I forgot to get my buffs. Okay, I'll go to the nearest Mr. Pang. Where are you? I'm pretty sure there is a Mr. Pang here, a Buff Pang. His name is a Buff Pang. It's hard to say though. I don't know. How do you say his name fast? Buff Pang. Buff Pang. Ha! Buff Pang. Buff Pang. So there is a Pang over there, near that bridge. Buffang, Buffang. There he is, Mr. Buffang. Okay, so I'm level 28. I need to fight monsters that are level 28 and higher. So to get good XP. Oh, there they are, the Jacks. Okay, let's go fight the Jacks. So the giggle box is level 31. Okay, doesn't matter. It seems that my character can handle the damage. And I'm going to eat lots of food while doing the fighting. Okay, so thank you to my one viewer plus one. I still don't understand why it's a 1+1.
Wisbit says, sorry if I missed your chat message, but thank you for checking out my live stream.
Okay, so there was a maybe 100 points increase in the damage. Okay, I can't collect it. I have no space. Maybe leveling up will give me another slot. Not really. Okay, level 29. Ah, it's already maxed.
Wisbit says, sorry if I missed your chat message and thank you for checking out my live stream.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to take a break because my food is here. It's lunchtime. I'm going to take a break and have my food, but I'll be back again, of course. Of course, it's Flyff Universe. We need to keep playing it. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.